NBA Western Conference Finals, Game 2, Wednesday night, May the 20th. And I've got free plays and analysis in this. We're going to talk side, total, player props, everything you need to know for Game 2 between the Spurs and Thunder coming up right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on Wager Talk TV. And if you're liking these free play videos, I will keep them coming. Every Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals game free for you here each and every day. All I ask is a quick thumbs up like. And if you're on your mobile device, click that hype button as well. It's so much fun. Also, comment below. What are your thoughts here in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals? I read the comments. I reply back. I love the input and the support here on Wager Talk TV. And by the way, we're so close to 250,000 subscribers. Make sure you're one of them. Click subscribe and click that bell as well so you'll get an instant alert and you'll know where tomorrow's Thursday night Game 2 video for the Cavs and Knicks is posted here as well. Like, subscribe, and comment below. Click that bell. All right, let's look at the Game 2 here on Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern. Well, actually, 8:36 Eastern is the exact tip-off time, according to NBC. And this, of course, is Spurs Thunder Game 2. We almost got two games in one on Monday night. Ended up with a strong best bet for my clients, a 4% play on the Spurs, and that covered from start to finish. In fact, they never trailed by more than 3 points the entire 58-minute double overtime game. They never trailed by more than 3. They led outright for 81% of the game. Only trailed for 7% of the total game. By the way, I know that equals 88. That means 12% of the time the game was tied before you all started bringing out some math on me. And we did give you the under here in the video Monday. Under, what was it, 219.5 and went up to 221. Boy, talk about a bad beat. Not only was it at 202, easy under at the end of regulation, it was still under after the first overtime at 216, 108 each. It needed double overtime just to get the game up and over. So we are spot on with Spurs for my clients under in the video. How do we approach Game 2 here, though, on Wednesday night? It's a tricky handicap because, first of all, I still feel like the Spurs are the better team in this series. You know, we talked about it in the preview. They won 4 of the 5 regular season games. Of course, we scratched that February game because OKC was sitting their starters. SGA, Holmgren did not play. Hartenstein was out. But they won 3 of the other 4, including the Cup semifinal game in December. The Christmas revenge game at OKC, they still won that one. And now they've won 5 out of 6 this year with the Game 1 cover from start to finish and straight-up win. Spurs are 5-1 against the Thunder. To put that in perspective, the Thunder were 71-14 against all other teams this year, and they're just 1-4 against the Spurs. And it's not misleading. San Antonio's been the better team in the majority of those games this year, including Game 1 Monday night. So I'm in no hurry to lay 6.5 points with the Thunder in what looks like a bounce-back spot. And normally the number 1 seed, the best team in the NBA, the defending champs, off a home loss, would definitely be the way I would go with the zigzag. But I'm not going to lay 6.5. They never led by more than 3 in the entire 58-minute game on Monday. But I'm not in a hurry to back the Spurs either because they're going to be a fatigued team. And this is definitely a letdown spot. And it's not even a letdown spot. It's just a fatigue spot. Let's put this in perspective. Keep in mind, Aaron Fox was scratched in Game 1. He wasn't even on the injury report when I did the video Sunday night. He hurt his ankle in Game 4 against Minnesota in the previous series. He played Games 5 and 6 and shot over 60% from the field, including 8 for 10 in Game 6. I wasn't expecting him to miss Game 1, but it didn't really matter. The Spurs obviously played well without him. They're now 8-3 straight up this season without De'Aaron Fox. He is listed as questionable for Game 2. He says he's probably good to go, but then again, do you really need to push it? They played well without him in Game 1. So I'd say it's truly 50-50. By the time you watch this video on Wednesday afternoon, you might have more information. If you do, drop it in the comments below. I will do likewise. But I'm going to assume 50-50 with De'Aaron Fox. I don't think there's a big difference whether he's in or out. They're a good team regardless. Where it does make a difference, though, is the load management because the Spurs, without one of their key starters, had to play the other guys even more minutes. Let's dig into that box score from Monday night. First of all, their starting 5, everybody played 47 minutes or more except for Chapagne. He had 44 minutes. The other 4 guys played 47 or more, including Wembanyama, who had 49 minutes. Monster game. Hit 12 of his 13 free throws, had 24 rebounds, over 40 points. It was a historic game. In fact, he became the youngest player in NBA playoff history to have a 40-20 points, rebounds game. He surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Pretty good company right there. Wembanyama, of course, the youngest player ever to win the Defensive Player of the Year. The only guy to ever be the unanimous winner this year at age 22 as well. He's a force at both ends of the court, but he did look tired at the end of that game. So the question becomes, what does he have left in the tank? He'll play big. He'll be tough. I think he'll be good defensively. A little bit challenged maybe on offense. Never looking to fade superstars, but as far as player props, Wembanyama after the 41 probably does regress a little bit here in this game. Keep in mind, he's kind of zigzagged on the points. He got ejected, of course, in Game 4, had only 4 points, but he had 39 the game before that. Had only 19 and 11 the 2 games before that against Minnesota. Now, Gobert did know him well, and there was a decent matchup down low. 27 and 19 in the other 2 games when he came back in games 5 and 6. So do look for him to regress a little bit. His total is around 24.5. Not too different from what it was in game 1. So I would just be neutral on Wemby. A lot of uncertainty there, rebounds, points, everything. I would just leave him off the card. Not looking to fade one of the best players perhaps in history at this point. But then again, it does not look like a great spot for Wemby. Spurs are the better team, getting 6.5 points. So what do we do here? Let's look at a team total for OKC, and that's going to be my play here for the video for you for free for this game 2 on Wednesday night. Going to look at the Oklahoma City team total under 111.5. Now, San Antonio fatigue might hurt the offense. OKC has struggled to score this year in the 6 games against San Antonio. So, yeah, you could say under 216, but it's 5 points lower than the Game 1 line. And as I pointed out in the Game 1 video, Game 1 Class A unders is an excellent angle. And obviously that was an easy winner when it landed 202. It took double overtime to get the bad beat. But games 2, 3s, 4s, even 5s are sometimes higher scoring in the series. And I am worried a little bit about fatigue on the defensive side from San Antonio. But with Wemby down low, the size edge just prevents stuff in the paint. And yes, SGA is going to still get his. And he did this year against the Spurs for the most part. But he still only had 24 points in 51 minutes. And he does rely on getting to the free throw line and also getting to the hoop. Tougher to do that with Wemby down low. Holmgren also has been limited. I told you fade Chet Holmgren. That was one of our strongest plays in the video for game 1. And he stayed under with only 8 points, 41 minutes played, double overtimes, and he still ended up with only 8 points. So you can see that OKC is somewhat offensively challenged in this series. And if you look at the 6 meetings so far this year, they scored 109 in the Cup semifinal. They scored just 110 in the revenge game a few weeks later. They scored just 102 in the double revenge Christmas home game. They got to 119 in the only game they won. It was an optimal performance, and they still only got to 119. 106 with the shorthanded lineup. We scratched that game. And then just 102 in the overtime game. 102 at the end of regulation, 108 after an overtime. It took double overtime just to get to 115. I like OKC under 111.5. Even if they bounce back to win this game, pace probably won't be that fast. I think that's probably the best way to attack this game on Wednesday night. We'll look at the Thunder team total under 111.5. What are your thoughts on the side or total in this game? Drop them in the comments below. Hey, include some analysis so we can learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. And I do truly read the comments and I reply back. Love the support here on the channel. And make sure you click subscribe. We're so close to 250,000 subscribers. You know, 250,000 people can't be wrong. Make sure you're one of them. Click subscribe and click the bell for instant alerts. Thumbs up, like, and click that hype button on your mobile device. All right, let's look at some player props here. I just hinted at a couple. SGA has been limited in this series overall this season. He only hit 4 3-pointers in the 5 regular season games. He missed one of them. He's played the other 4. He only had 1 in each game. He was 2 for 7 from 3 in game number 1 the other night. Just 7 made field goal attempts in 51 minutes. But I'm never looking to fade a superstar, especially in a bounce-back spot off a loss. So I'll just be neutral on SGA. But I'm in no hurry not to fade Chet Holmgren once again. I mentioned that it's not a good matchup for him against Wemby. Size versus size. And Holmgren, as I said earlier, only 2 for 7 shooting and only 8 points. I think Holmgren's going to struggle again. You could look at his 3-point shot attempts over. He took 4 of them in game 1. I expect him to take maybe a few more here as he's going to struggle to score down low. So maybe Holmgren's three-pointer attempts over if you have access to a prop like that. But I like Holmgren points under. We will continue to ride that while we can. By the way, he had 8 total rebounds. He did still get some rebounds overall. Jalen Williams returned after missing several games. He had not played the previous 6 playoff games. He had an excellent game, 26 points in 37 minutes, 11 for 25 shooting. Williams will continue to take a lot of shot attempts, and that's bad news for A.J. Mitchell, who was playing really well in his absence. You know, there was no drop-off for the Thunder because A.J. Mitchell picked up the heavy lifting and played excellent in the games without Williams in the lineup. In fact, Williams missed games 3 and 4 against Phoenix and also all 4 games against the Lakers. And Williams had 15, 22, 18, 20, 24, and 28 points in extended minutes. Well, guess what? He had only 4 points in game 1 the other night, and he still got his minutes. He got 33 and a half minutes and only got 5 shot attempts and 1 3-point attempt and ended up with just 4 points. I'm seeing Mitchell still priced in that double-digit range around 10 and a half. If Williams plays those minutes and takes those shots again, it's going to be tough for A.J. Mitchell. I would look under at 10 and a half for Mitchell. You could play both Jalen Williams under and A.J. Mitchell points under. I'd be shocked if if one doesn't stay under, because they basically are the same person. So maybe get lucky and they both cash. I think at worst you would split out. I prefer the Mitchell under 10 and a half, but you could also play Jalen Williams under. And I think one of those has to hit, because basically they take shots away from each other. That's a good little strategy there on the Thunder side. As far as the Spurs side, as I mentioned, I'm in no hurry to back these guys after playing 47-plus minutes, all the starters, and we don't know the status of De'Aaron Fox. He's 50-50 for this game. Vassell had an excellent game, 3 for 9, hit some really big threes. He only made 3 of them, but they were huge. Wembanyama only made 1 out of 2, but that was that half-court 3 that basically kept the game alive for him in the first overtime. So neither one of them took many threes, but Vassell did have a big game, 50 minutes, but he probably could be limited a little bit if Fox comes back. Obviously, Harper, the rookie, had 47 minutes, and he's usually the first guy off the bench. He usually gets maybe 20-some minutes. So here again, depending on the status of Fox, Dylan Harper will probably be the guy that's limited the most. He had a huge game with 24 points, but I don't want to say he's going to regress, because if Fox doesn't play, Harper will see those points again. He's priced at 11 and a half. It'll probably be more like 13 and a half if Fox is ruled out. So you're going to have to keep an eye on the injury report. Might have to wait till near tip-off to play any San Antonio player props, really depending on if De'Aaron Fox is back in the lineup or not. By the way, if he is in the lineup, you could take a sprinkle on his over. I know he's not fully healthy probably, but he's going to be the freshest guy. Even injured, he'll be fresher than all those other Spurs that played basically a complete game at almost 48 minutes apiece with the double overtime. Hey, there you go. Deep dive into side total player props. A lot of uncertainty in this game with the De'Aaron Fox situation with the fatigue factor for the Spurs, but I do still think they're the better overall team, and almost would kind of like to see them maybe get blown out in this game, and then we come back strong with them in Game 3 in San Antonio on Friday. What are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. Include some analysis so we can all learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. And don't forget, if you want my official best bets for Wednesday night, don't forget baseball on a daily basis, multiple best bets in baseball. That is how you're building your bankroll right now on a daily basis throughout the summer before football begins in a couple months. And you can also get a free play every day. I post a bonus free play, which is truly the last cut for my best bet card on my page every day. And you see the shortcut on your screen right now, wt.buzz/SM. I know you're all busy. Get there quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. That takes you directly to my page, Steve Merril, wagertalk.com. And while you're there, check out the strong best bets for Wednesday night, my daily best bets for the NBA and MLB every day for all my clients. You can buy them a la carte. Single games are $25. A full day all access pass for everything is $39. Or how about a 3-day all access for just $49? That's right. For just $10 more, you get the second and third day included. 3 days for just $49. No promo code needed. Or how about a 30-day all access? Normally it's $299. Nope, just $199. And you're getting 10 more days free. That's right, 40 days for just $199. Instant $100 discount on a 40-day all access for just $199. Or the best deal, the complete investment approach is a 1-year all access, and the price has never been better. Instant $811 discount. Why the exact number? Because it gets it down to just $99 a month, as you see on your screen. Instant $811 discount gets it down to exactly $99 a month, $3 a day. That's about $1 a play for all of next year's complete college and pro football seasons, complete college and pro basketball seasons, regular seasons through the NCAA championship, into the first 2 rounds of the NBA playoffs, the rest of this year's playoffs, the rest of this year's baseball, into next year's baseball. Woo! You get the point. 365 days, all-inclusive, all access for about $1 a play. Look, it doesn't matter if you get a 3-day, a 1-month, a 1 year, or even a 1 day. Every client is getting the exact same best bets I'm personally using each day. Everybody on my page gets the same best bets every day. And by the way, they're recapped at the bottom. It's a rolling recap of the last 20 best bets. You can go there every day and night and see the plays I had. And after the game starts, you can click on them to read the analysis that my clients received, so you can truly learn and earn as you build your bankroll. And it's always been the same. I started 30 years ago in August of 1996. That's right. This summer will be my 30th anniversary as a full-time professional sports bettor and handicapper. And it's always been the same. If I'm using a best bet, Every client gets it. Get my plays for Wednesday night, basketball, baseball. Get the bonus free play right now. Steve Merril, wagertalk.com, and get there quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. On the way out, you can also follow me on social media on X and Instagram. You see it in the bottom corner of your screen. 2 R's, 1 L, Merril, at Steve Merril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV because there's more free play videos coming up next.